Canada has always been an open economy. Openness to trade, capital and labor has been an intrinsic part of the country's economic success, but also exposes the economy to fluctuations. So, today we are talking about Canada economy. Past of Canada economy. Canada's economic history begins with the hunting, farming and trading societies of the First Nations. The arrival of Europeans in the 16th century, the economy has undergone a series of seismic shifts, marked by the early Atlantic fishery, the transcontinental fur trade, then rapid urbanization, industrialization and technological change. The fur trade first created a single transcontinental trading economy. Since Confederation in 1867, labor and finance had moved freely among the regions. Improvements in transportation, the railways between 1867 and 1915, and the highway and pipeline systems after 1945, have helped. The years after 1945 saw new resource-based development, rapid urbanization and dramatic increases in standards of living. The most striking new projects were in oil, gas, pipeline building and potash. The 1989 U.S.-Canada Free Trade Agreement, FTA, and 1994 North American Free Trade Agreement, NAFTA, have touched off a dramatic increase in trade and economic integration with the U.S. With its great natural resources, skilled labor force, and modern capital plant, Canada can anticipate solid economic prospects in the future. Canada finished the 20th century with a low-valued currency in relation to the US dollar, because commodity prices remained depressed. But the dawn of the 21st century meant a new chapter for the Canadian economy. Particularly in Ontario. The Canadian dollar hit a low of 64 cents US in 2001. But as commodity prices recovered, the dollar began a climb to hit par with the US currency in 2002. Indeed, commodity increases and the steady rise of the Canadian currency was accompanied by a fall in manufacturing activity. The sector's share of Canadian GDP fell from 18% in 2000 to 11% by 2012. Present of Canada economy. Today, the economy of Canada is the 15th largest in the world in terms of purchasing power parity, PPP, with $1.67 trillion, and 10th largest in terms of nominal gross domestic product with $1.53 trillion. Canada has a population of over 36 million, the world's 38th largest, giving it a nominal GDP per capita of $40,409, which ranks 15th, and its PPP GDP per capita is $46,199, which ranks 20th in the world, as well as the 9th highest ranking in the Human Development Index. It ranks among the highest in international measurements of government transparency, civil liberties, quality of life, economic freedom, and education. Canada is one of the world's wealthiest nations, and is a member of the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, OECD, and Group of Seven, G7. GDP by sector. Agriculture, 1.7%, industry, 28.5%, services, 69.8%. As with other developed nations, the Canadian economy is dominated by the service industry, which employs about 3/4 of Canadians. Canada is unusual among developed countries in the importance of the primary sector, with the logging and oil industries being two of Canada's most important. Canada also has a sizable manufacturing sector, based in central Canada, with the automobile industry and aircraft industry being especially important. With a long coastline, Canada has the 8th largest commercial fishing and seafood industry in the world. Canada is one of the global leaders of the entertainment software industry. Unemployment rate is 6.8% in January 2017. 11.9% of the population live below poverty line. According to the Forbes Global 2000 list of the world's largest companies in 2016, Canada has 53 companies in the list, ranking 8th. GDP growth rate in Canada averaged 0.79% from 1961 until 2016. GDP growth rate of Canada in 2016 is 1.2 by World Bank. Canada is the 12th largest exporter in the world. It exports $402 billion in 2016, 3/4 of this goes to the United States. Canada is America's largest supplier of energy. That includes oil, gas, uranium and electric power. Canada has benefited greatly with the discovery of oil sands in Alberta. That gave Canada the 3rd largest oil reserves in the world. Canada is now the fifth largest oil exporter. It ships 1.576 million barrels a day, recently surpassing Mexico. Future of Canada economy. When we talk about future, there is one thing come first: will Canada see a recession soon? It's almost redundant to ask the question of whether Canada will or will not go into a recession. The Canadian CFOs think there is 42% chance of recession by the end of 2016. Some experts say Canada already in a recession. Others say it is coming quickly. The problem is that under the Harper government no significant effort has been made on the economy in anything other than the oil sector. With the price of oil crashing, Canada is in big trouble. The meltdown in China is also a problem, since they play a large part in setting the price for our oil. But, Canada has three huge fundamental strengths that will almost certainly be telling in the long run. These are national resources, good government, and an almost unbelievably tolerant and open culture. Canada has the national resources and potential to be an economic superpower. Canada also processes tons of the world's next gold, fresh water. The United States could end up paying Canada billions for this in the future. If Canada puts a hold on the Northwest Passage, they'll be rich using it as an international trade route. Also, if anything were to go wrong, Canada has one of the best situations in the world, if not the best. This includes self-sustaining food, and loads of material, including gas, lumber, potash, uranium, the list goes on. And have space. As global warming kicks in, more of Canada's Arctic will melt, turning into usable farmland, making Canada even more of a resource giant. All Canada needs is to do is make better decisions and get more people by possibly increasing the immigration limits. Long way to go, but set up for success. World Bank predicts, in 2017 the GDP growth rate of Canada is 1.8%, in 2018 growth rate is 2%, in 2019 to 2.2%, and in 2020 to 2.5%. A land that produces so many amazing leaders will always do well. Leaders that care about humans and welcome humans from all parts of the world into this country. It is a moral imperative of every Canadian to do everything in their capacity to help each other. And to support the good leadership. Here the focus is on innovation. Very important in order to continually improve the standards of living for all. Canada can innovate. Canada will innovate. It will become a model system for others to emulate.
If you like our video, hit the like button. More updates are coming. So please subscribe us. Thanks for watching.